Iraq's army has come a long way in recent years. Not too long ago, a simple operation like this, raiding the home of a terror suspect who shot an Iraqi soldier, would probably have been left to the Americans to handle. I first met Major Matt McGrew during his deployment to Mosul in 2004. His job then, teaching basic training to Iraqi recruits, planning their operations, paying their salaries and buying most of their equipment. Some would call it babysitting.
We had to push them a lot more to do things. We were doing the basics of creating a military.
Now Matt heads up a small team of US troops whose job it is to work side by side with the Iraqi military, a hybrid role of hand-holding, training and tough love.
Now they're much more willing to get out there and they can push it on their own in many respects, with us more watching.
With the input from Major McGrew's team and others like them across the country, the Iraqis have grown more capable, more confident and more reliable. Today's mission is a good example of the progress Iraq's military is making. 4 years ago, US trainers were simply teaching Iraqis how to march. These days, the Iraqi military is planning many of its own operations and following through with action on the ground. And the Americans, well, they're taking a back seat today in an overwatch role. Major McGrew's team is partnered with the Iraqi Army's 46th Brigade, commanded by a veteran of the Iran-Iraq War.
The Army has been developed and changed completely from the way we were in the beginning. My job is to lead my men and carry out our missions successfully, protecting the oil pipelines and counter-terrorism work too.
But not every aspect of Iraq's military development has been so positive. At this meeting, Iraqis argue for hours over spare parts for vehicles. We heard from Iraqi officers about a supply chain so strangled by inefficiency and corruption that in some cases it's easier to buy a whole new vehicle rather than order one new part. We're told one Iraqi commander has diverted money intended for soldiers' rations to buy spark plugs and oil filters on the open market because he can't wait more than 6 months for routine maintenance to get done. Logistics may be the biggest roadblock to more progress by the Iraqi military, but the mission end is in sight for soldiers like Matt McGrew and his team.
I think we're this close to being able to step back and watch them successfully do it themselves. Let us get to that point. And it's not, in my opinion, that much further away, at least in this region.
Near Kirkuk, Iraq, David McDougall, Fox News.